everybody. I want to just thank you for being with us, and I assume the press is ready. We have a Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer. Unfortunately, he gets it for a shot at the ear. Someday you'll get it for something nice. You'll get it for something nice, Doug. Well, I want to just thank everybody. It's been a very special trip. And I can tell you that our country is hot. It's hot as a pistol. I don't think it's never been so hot. And if you go back 6 months, it was the exact opposite. We had a man that couldn't even stand up. It was so terrible. It's so terrible what he's done to our country, but we've turned it around so quickly. I did not expect to turn it around this quickly. I think we're the hottest country of the world right now. And 6 months ago, they were laughing at the United States, but they don't laugh anymore. This has been an amazing trip, and as you know, I'm going to UAE in a little while. We're going to first watch an air show that will be spectacular from our friend, the Emir. He's done a great job, And I've met such great people, and as you know, that we're trying to give Yemen a chance, and we're going to give Syria a chance. With Yemen, they have a tremendous Houthi problem. I believe that's a problem for them. You know, you never really know. It's a tricky part of the world. But we were asked to stop firing at the Houthis. And that's something that they've never asked because they're tough and they're good fighters and all. But they're not going to be blowing ships out of the water anymore. So that's what we wanted. And we'll see how that works. But their emissaries were very, very strong on it. So that's a good thing for Yemen because they're trying to help themselves also, and we want them to get along with Saudi Arabia because that's been a big fight. And the other, of course, is Syria. We took out the sanctions, and I didn't even realize it's been many, many years that they've had sanctions. And as you know, there was a very big change at the top, and I thought that we have to give them a chance. They really have no chance with the sanctions. They were very biting. They were top of the line. Nobody could even deal with them. You couldn't make a phone call to Syria. So we did that, and I met the new leader of the country, and he's got a strong past. That would be very nice. He's got a strong past, but I liked him a lot. I think he'll be a great representative, and we'll see. You're going to have a strong past to put that one around. You cannot be a weak person. If you're a weak person, we would just be wasting time. So he's a strong guy, and I thought he was good, and let's see what happens. But we're going to give him a fighting chance by taking off the sanctions. So we've actually been praised for that. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia was very strong. Please do that. He wanted it done. President of Turkey wanted it done. President Erdogan called me, said, is there any way you could do that? Because if you don't do that, they don't have a chance. And so I did it, and it's actually been very popular. The Emir liked it a lot. It's been very, very popular. So let's see what happens. But it's my honor to have done it. And with that, we're surrounded by some of the greatest business people in the world. We just had a tremendous order of Boeing. This is Boeing, and this is General Electric. And General Electric, I hear, makes the best large airplane engine in the world by not even a contest. Maybe I'll have to change my engines one day in my plane because they're not General Electric. But, it's one of those things. But I hear you make the best engines in the world, Larry. Larry's somehow his people at General Electric. First of all, it's one of the greatest turnarounds that you'll ever see in a company because when you took it over, it was, I want to be respectful, General Electric was in trouble, to put it, I would say, right, to put it mildly. And now it's a hot company doing great, and it's, I would imagine the hottest thing is what's happened with the engine division because this engine is incredible. Would you like to say a couple of words, Larry, about that? Because he watches, when he sees Boeing, he's very excited because he supplies, I guess, for the most part, the engines. Would you like to say something?
Sure. Well, Mr. President, thank you. And it's an honor to be here. We're thrilled about the commitment that Qatar Airways has made to both Boeing and GE Aerospace with the largest wide-body order really in our company's history. Over 400 engines, both our GE NX, which powers the 787, the fastest-selling high-thrust engine in history, and our new 9X will power the 777X, which will be the largest commercial engine in the world.
Will that be the same engine other than size, or is it different?
It's a step forward and a generation forward as well.
So even beyond?
Yes.
The large one?
Very much so.
That's great.
And we think that really helps both Boeing and GE Aerospace continue to support not only our investment in domestic manufacturing, but in turn everything that we're doing to drive the $75 billion annual trade surplus that the aerospace industry enjoys in the U.S. today. So we're excited. I know Kelly and the Boeing team have been great partners, but Badr, our thanks to you for your trust and your commitment to both GE Aerospace and Boeing. We're gratified.
Yeah, thank you very much. Kelly, go ahead, please.
Well, Mr. President, first of all, thank you for your support. This is a major order for us. All of these aircraft will be built in the United States, creating a significant number of jobs, and I know that's a key mission of yours, and this order will help us accomplish that. Partnership with GE has been great. They do power exclusively our engines, and they're doing a great job here, and we're very pleased to be selected by Qatar for this largest wide-body aircraft order in the history of Boeing. Major accomplishment for us, and thanks to the administration for your support.
That's the largest order you've ever had, right?
Yeah, for wide-body.
So one of the largest orders in history, but it almost has to be, if it's the largest order you've had, has to be pretty close to the largest order ever made, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you also, Boeing also got the jet fighter. We selected Boeing for the jet fighter, the state-of-the-art, highest level. It's an amazing looking plane. If it functions as well as it looks, I think we're going to have a big winner. But we're also looking at some additional jet fighters. We have some really good ones that we have. We're taking a look at, strong look from one of your competitors, I must say, and we're doing something very special. But it's a special country. We were losing the Middle East because the past administration didn't handle the relationship properly, didn't show the kind of respect that they deserve. And me, I have a lot of respect, and I have a lot of liking. I like the Crown Prince a lot. I've known him a long time in Saudi Arabia, and the Emir is fantastic. And we're going to another country in a little while, UAE, a fantastic man, fantastic leader. And they have great leadership talents in this part of the world, and that's why they're doing so well. And you probably read today the story about Iran has sort of agreed to the terms. They're not going to make, I call it in a friendly way, nuclear dust. We're not going to be making any nuclear dust in Iran. And we've been strong. I want them to succeed. I want them to end up being a great country, frankly, but they can't have a nuclear weapon. That's the only thing. It's very simple. It's not like I have to give you 30 pages worth of details. There's only one sentence. They can't have a nuclear weapon. And I think we're getting close to maybe doing a deal without having to do this. There's two steps. There's a very, very nice step, and there's a violent step. The violence like people haven't seen before. And I hope we're not going to have to do this. I don't want to do the second step. Some people do. Many people do. I don't want to do that step. So we'll see what happens. But we're in very serious negotiations with Iran for long-term peace. And if we do that, it'll be fantastic. And for this country in particular, because you're right next door, you're a stone's throw away, not even, right? You're a foot away. You can walk right into Iran. Other countries are much further away, so probably it's not quite the same level of danger. But we are going to protect this country. It's a very special place with a special royal family, and the head of the royal family is two heads of the royal family, really, if you think. Great people, and they're going to be protected by the United States of America. And I think we're not going to have to do it because I believe very strongly in peace through strength. Now, we just gave out in the budget a $1 trillion budget, which is the biggest we've ever done. $1 trillion, never came close to a number like that. We'd be at 800. It would be at 800 billion. Would be at maybe 900, 910. We never got anywhere close to $1 trillion, but we're doing it. Hopefully, we will not have to use these weapons. We make the greatest weapons in the world. We make the greatest fighter jets. We make the greatest, I guess Larry would know better than anybody, but we make the greatest planes in the world, the greatest missiles and defense systems. the Patriot system is the best, acknowledged to be. I mean, this isn't from me. And we have a lot of it now. It's under order. And we're coming up with new systems. And we're coming up with a new system of drones. Because drones are really, if you look at the war that's going on, it's horrible. But we are watching it very closely. And drones really seem to be taking over that war. And so I hope you're going to come up with some nice, inexpensive engine for a drone, so that we don't have to spend so much. I asked one of the companies, I said, I want a lot of drones. And, you know, in the case of Iran, they make a good drone. And they make them for $35,000, $40,000. So I said to this company, I want to see it. They came in 2 weeks later with a drone that cost $41 million. I said, that's not what I'm talking about, $41 million. I'm talking about something for $35,000, $40,000 where you send thousands of them up. And that's a great way. And they're very good, too, and fast and deadly. Horrible, actually. When you look at what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, the drone is killing tremendous numbers of people. You hide behind a tree and the drone comes down and it circles you with fire. You don't have a chance. The tree comes down also, by the way. It's so intense. I mean, you see these trees being knocked down like they're being sawed down by a top-of-the-line timberman, like you know who? Sean Duffy. Do you know that Sean Duffy, the head of the transportation department, who's working right now on the airports and getting a system because Biden didn't do a thing